Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Olivia. How are you doing today? And hope you're staying safe. So if you're new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. I love you so much. Thank you so much guys. I really appreciate it. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be learning how to draft a basic sleeve. Alright, we're going to be learning how to draft a basic sleeve. So I'm going to be using this basic bodice I drafted in my last tutorial for this basic sleeve. Alright, so guys, let's get started. So as you can see, I folded my paper into two. My paper is folded into two. Alright, so I'm going to be drafting one sleeve first, then I can use it to duplicate the second sleeve. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to mark my starting line. And then I'm going to determine and mark my cap height and my sleeve length. Okay, so my cap height is my bust measurement divided by 10 inches, and I have 3.6. My bust measurement is 36 inches. When I divide that by 10, I have 3.6 inches, and that is going to be my cap height for this tutorial. Alright, so I'm just going to come down and mark 3.6. I guess you know how to do your tape reading. 3.6, I guess you know how to get your 3.6. You have your 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. Okay, and then I'm going to also mark my sleeve length and then my sewing allowance. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to make use of 10 inches for sleeve length. And then I'm going to add sewing allowance of 1 inch. Or let me say 1.5 inches. And then I'm just going to connect that. And so the next thing I want to do, like I told you guys, I'm going to be making use of this basic bodice pattern for this tutorial. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I'm going to set this aside so I don't confuse us. In this basic bodice, if you watched my previous tutorial, you find out that I added ½ inch for my shoulder joining. So I'm going to be eliminating it when I'm measuring my armhole. So I'm going to measure my front armhole and my back armhole. Alright, or I just measure everything I have here and then I subtract ½ inch. Okay, so guys, I'm going to measure around my armhole, but I'm going to stop on my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 36 inches divided by 4. I have 9 inches. And so here is my 9 inches, and that is where my armhole curve ended. Alright, this is my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches, which I'm also going to add to my sleeve, or I can even add 1 inch to my sleeve, alright, for sewing allowance. So when I'm measuring my armhole, I'm just going to stop here, and I'll do the same thing for the back. Okay, so let me just take notes of the back. So I'm going to be stopping here for the back armhole as well. So I'm just going to measure around. So I have 7.75 here, 7.75 inches, and then I'm going to measure the back starting from my 7.75. So I'm just going to start from 7.75. And then I'm going to continue the measurement. And then altogether I have 15 inches. Altogether I have 15 inches for the front and the back armhole. So what am I going to do with this? I'm just going to divide that by 2. I'm going to divide that by 2, and when I divide it by 2, I have 7.5. I have 7.5. So I'm just going to place my tape on this point, and then I get my 7.5. Alright? So I'll just try to get my 7.5 from this point. So here is my 7.5 inches. I'm just going to mark it with a dot. And then the next thing I want to do is to connect this point to this point, okay? And remember, I have not added my sewing allowance, okay? So I'm going to be dividing these points by 3. 7.5, when I divide that by 3, I have 2.5 here, 5.5, 2.5 all around, okay? So what I'll do is to come up here by 0.75, and then I'm going to come down here by half an inch. Then I'm going to connect this point to this point, to this point, to this point, okay? So this is what I have. Make sure you have at least 1.5 to 2 inches on this point. So I have 1.5, and that is just fine. And then you're going to add your sewing allowance, maybe 1 inch or 1.5 or 2 inches. So I'm just going to add 1.5 inches to mine. And then on this point, you're going to input your round sleeve measurement. So my round sleeve measurement for this sleeve is 11 inches. I'm going to divide that by 2, and I have 5.5. Then I'm going to add my sewing allowance of 1.5. And then I'm going to connect. Hope you can see that. And some people fold before they cut. I'm going to cut this line first, then fold in my sewing allowance and cut on this part. Alright, and then on this area I'm going to be adding my half-inch sewing allowance. I'm just going to add half-inch all around. So this is going to serve as my sewing allowance, okay? Then I'm going to fold in my allowance. So hope you can see the effect you have on this hemming allowance. Hope you can see that, so that when you fold, everything is going to lap. When you fold, everything is going to correspond. Hope you can see that. Hope you can see the correspondence. Hope you can see the correspondence. It's corresponding on this line, okay? So this is my basic sleeve. And so we're going to do a little bit of alteration, because as you can see, my front armhole is kind of deeper than my back armhole. So that is the same thing I'm going to do to my sleeve, my basic sleeve. So what do I do to make it the same? I'm just going to come down here by half an inch, which is what I already have here. So I'm just going to be using this, my former line for the front, so while I use this for the back. Okay, I already have this mark. So what do? I just connect this one to this point, and then I connect this one to this point. So this to this to this, and then I'm going to cut it out so you kind of understand what I'm talking about. So this is it. So this is it. So this is our front armhole. This is our front armhole, and this is our back armhole. Hope you can see that. So when you want to fix your dress, you're not going to be fixing this way. Remember, this is for the back, this is the front. So you have to place the front to the front and back to the back. Alright? So you have to take note of that when you are joining your sleeve. Okay? Hope you can see that. And remember, I didn't remove my half inch. I said initially I'm going to subtract half an inch after measuring my round armhole. I forgot to do that. I'm so sorry, it's my bad. So after joining your shoulder, you find out that you have a little bit of excess, maybe half an inch. You can just trim it off, but I would have actually removed it while I was drafting the pattern. So that is it, guys. We have come to the end of this tutorial. Give this video a thumbs up, guys. Share this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Alright, see you guys in my next one. Bye.